All right, so we're back, and not because it's summer, we're going to hot topics, but you know, they're hot because they're on everybody's lips.
See what you did there, girl. See what you did there.
Punish liars. The former permanent secretary, Dean Roy Bernard, he's former permanent secretary in the Education Ministry, has said that penalties should be applied similarly to what currently obtains with congressional committees in the United States. And this is for public officials who mislead or lie to parliamentary committees. In a submission to the PAC, in which the Gleaner has seen, the former PS charged that some public officers who showed up have deliberately concealed information and have misled the committee. He's now engaged in a legal battle with the government over his transfer from the Ministry of Education to the Ministry of Finance. And he says that he hopes the findings of the Auditor General are adequately scrutinized to ensure that truth is unveiled and the responsible officers are identified. He's supposed to appear before the PAC today after being summoned last week to tell his side of the story in the wake of the CMU scandal. You know, I have to say this. Permanent secretaries, in my mind, are the COOs of the ministries. The minister I see as the CEO. I see the permanent secretaries as COO. Okay. But sometimes they treat the permanent secretaries
depending on the situation.
They're just admin.
Or in some cases, like they're the head, depending on what's happening. So well, sometimes they have
that's why I say admin, because when it's time to face the music, and then sometimes if the PS don't necessarily agree with certain things, then you say they move them to somewhere, or then shift them.
Isn't it really difficult to move a PS, as far as I understand?
Not really.
Because a PS is the permanent in PS is very...
Well, let me leave that one alone.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't appear so to me.
Okay.
And if you scan through the Gleaner on how many PSs, it's just that sometimes it's very quiet when you move them, Because like him, if you never say it this morning, a lot of people wouldn't realize that he had been moved from MOE to finance. So the movement sometimes is very quiet. But if you're diligent enough to do your research and go through the papers or wherever to say, wait a minute, how many PSs have been moved? Come Diane Jackson, Miller, share Emily, I love give them work for the
dinner. No, every day.
Yes. Look at how many permanent secretaries have been moved in the past, how many years? From ministry to ministry, moved, pre-retired, or made into a director general. And tell me, maybe I don't know, so I'm asking.
Story.
How easy is it to move a PS? And so maybe sometimes, make us stop there.
I think you've given them enough work
Just
to
look
do
how easy it is
and
to
given
move
us
a PS.
enough to chew on for a little bit.
Yes.
And to take us down to our next hot topic.
Yeah. Well, he's saying most of what occurred at CMU was never reported to him.
I see.
So.
I see.
Because a lot of what's happening in the PAC, they've been saying, well, the technocrats approved.
Right.
He's saying, no, I did not approve this.
And he's also saying, well, they said he painted a grim picture of flagrant breaches at the CMU as he sought to connect the dots in relation to the alleged role of key players who were not named in the Auditor General's report. So as Neville would say, more anon.
PAC, I got ton up today.
Okay. Well, more good news. 3 former officials at the Manchester Municipal Corporation sentenced, and by good news, obviously, folks, I'm being sarcastic. More cases of corruption in our system and accountability, which ought to be a thing for people who run afoul of what they're supposed to do. 3 former officials at the Manchester Municipal Corporation and their co-accused have been sentenced to a total of 9 years imprisonment.
Well, total collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 5th accused was fined $3 million. The sentencing was handed down yesterday afternoon in the Manchester Parish Court.
Yeah.
We don't need to go through this list, do we?
Well, Sanjay Elliott, 5 years. David Harris,
Sanja or
16
Sanja?
months. Sanja. David Harris, former secretary manager, 16 months. Kendall Roberts, 18 months. Dwayne Sibbles, 12 months. He's a carpenter. Tasha Gay Goldburn Elliott, wife of Sanja, fined $3 million. If not paid in 1 year, then 1 year in prison. And this is in relation to $400 million being fleeced from the local government authority.
Scheme involved the use of fictitious invoices for the payment of monies for services that were never provided.
Yeah.
Elliott's mother, Myrtle, and bank teller Radcliffe McLean were freed of all charges by Senior Parish Judge Anne-Marie Granger, who presided over the case. His father, Edward, who was also arrested and charged in connection with the fraudulent scheme, was freed earlier this year.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
This is real good news, though.
Yes. Go Tax Administration Jamaica introducing online payment for driver's license renewal. So you see TVJ cutting down them long lines little by little.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
We welcome that. So how it works now, you log on to the website, the portal, you select driver's license renewal fee, enter your payment information, driver's license TRN, expiry date of your license, control number, which is at the back, contact information, requisite fee. Once you pay, you will get an official report or receipt generated from the system. And then I think you can drive with that until you actually get the actual license.
Well, you have to submit
payment.
the following documents to the tax office to complete the transaction.
Oh, printed copy of the receipt. What is that?
Application.
For driver's license.
And a passport size photo.
Okay.
Which would be a simple drop off. And then once you've submitted, and the license has been processed, TVJ will tell you to come and pick up.
You drop off or you upload? You drop off?
Submit the following documents to any tax office.
Oh, so there's still a physical element.
Yeah. But you're just dropping off stuff. It can't be as long to drop off as it will take to pay.
Okay, miss.
And then as soon as it's ready, they will call you. Someone asked yesterday, none of this online, them still are gonna check if you have outstanding things. Yes. It's the tax office.
So why would that negate?
There's one entity consistently across the world
that
you know is gonna check and who is never gonna miss when you owe them. Tax office at IRS. So pay a thing. All right. Oh my gosh. What is there saying now? World Health Organization says the corona is the most severe public health emergency they've ever faced.
Ever faced?
Ever faced. It says across Asia Pacific, where countries were among the first hit and the first to contain it, there have been new and in some cases seemingly unexplained increases in the number of infections. So governments that had previously been lauded for their response now seem to be struggling. And this is concerning news for those where the first wave has yet to come fully under control, let alone in places that have been deemed disaster zones like the US and Brazil.
Disaster zone.
Yeah, China reported the highest number of locally transmitted cases since early March for the second consecutive day, with the majority of the 64 new cases in Xinjiang. And this is after nearly 5 months of no new cases. I'm just saying that after 5 months of no new cases. So we tend to we're not gonna mask, we're not gonna sanitize, we're not gonna because it's gone.
COVID is still keeping everybody.
All right.
A friendly reminder from your neighborhood hosts.
Yes. Nope, there's no next one. I just wanted to mention last night that Aluna Samba was such a powerhouse on Sim Soul Sessions.
Bless her heart.
Yes.
Boy, she went through it. But she came through it.
Yes, she did.
Which is a message of that show. So thank you, Alun, for that. Fantastic.
And I can tune in for the repeat.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You're saying, oh, there you go, Chronics. Simone said it at the top, was on the Jimmy Fallon show. Jimmy loves.
He does love him some Chronics.
He loves Jamaica. They need to just give him a passport.
Run it, Chronics.
Well, it look like a science book, so you're a school me I go teach. Rev the truck up to the mountain top, and as soon as me reach, go get this skunk, kick the shoes off my feet, and me bless the cup, 32 songs me read. Give thanks for the love we
You spoke to him about the album, right?
I did.
This is a kickoff track.
I
Cool
did.
as the breeze. Takes us out of our hot topics and takes us to our break right ahead of news. It is a Girl Power Tuesday. Still to come, we highlight some of our iconic female musicians who left their marks. But first, news in 5 with Andrea Chisholm, aka Chizzy.
Welcome to Kingston every day. It's a summer every night, feel like a Friday. Rev the bike till them swear is on my high grade. I make what I